All right, so you want to get your first AI agency leads. Today in this video, I'll show you exactly how to do it completely for free. And then later on, once you start getting your first clients in, you can use the paid versions of these services to get even more and more leads and more high quality leads. For now, I'll just show you the free way to do it. All right, let's get into it. All right, so the first thing to do is go to go.gummysearch.com and create an account. You can use the link in my description. So what Gummy Search is, I'll show you guys right now. I'm just going to delete these audiences I have. Is basically a way to scrape Reddit communities and see what problems they're having. So, for example, you have, let's say, a real estate niche. You go into their communities and then you can see what problems they have by searching for keywords in their posts. So let's get into that. So, once you make a account, go here to the main dashboard, audiences, and then search, or I'm going to search for PPC agencies, pay per click agencies, and see what issues they have. So, I'm going to search PPC. These are basically agencies that do pay-per-click advertisement for, companies. So we're gonna go into that. Right now it's searching, it's a pretty cool thing. You can see we got PPC, search advertising, PPC analytics, AdWords, Google Ads, Google Ads. So I think Google Ads and this stuff is too broad, so we don't wanna have a too broad of an audience. Then we have Amazon PPC, that's pretty good. Amazon PPC management. I think AdWords. Yeah, we could do that. Okay. So we're gonna create that audience. As we can see, 266,000 members. And then here in the keyword search, you can search for keywords. So the best one I find that works is either I hate or customer or lead, because you can see what problems they're having with leads or what problems they're having in their internal business. So let's first do I hate and see what it says. Let me just search that again. I hate. He works slow. Everything takes days. I have to follow constantly. Okay, so this is some Google Manager guy. Overwhelmed with paid. I hate the thought of people thinking I'm bad at my job. Okay. Things about site links. Our ads are not showing as often as they could. Okay. Hate Google Ads. Recommendations for light CRM. Blah blah blah. Okay. Here's something about their clients. Proof performance with the budget I have. Let's read this whole message. Hi everyone. So here's a rundown. I secured a client for PPC management with total of monthly budget 1,000. Blah blah blah. I'm not sure how to improve performance with the budget I have. I've asked people in my network, and they gave an answer. I hate telling clients we need more time for Google to adjust or increase budget. So this isn't really the keyword we should be looking for. Let's search clients. Maybe we get something better. One of my clients, maybe how to get clients. Okay, so as we can see here, I'll know that this is 2024, but info on how to get clients, how to get clients, how to get clients, how to get clients, how to get clients. So now we basically have a problem and we're going to build them a solution. So what I recommend is not building the solution first, but actually uh, selling them the story of the solution. Then once they pay, you build the solution. So this service is free, but if you want to do deeper analytics, it's I think it's like 20 a month. So you can get a 10% discount with the link I have in my description. That will be very helpful if you use that link. It helps me out too. So now that we have that issue, I'm just gonna go into my Excalibur. Okay, I was doing a lesson for my school community in here. Um, okay, so we have a problem. Gonna create this little box here. to make the stroke black. Okay. So we have identified a problem. These leads, I mean, these companies are having trouble finding leads. So we have the problem. I think I just need to zoom in because it's zoomed out a whole lot. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So new leads. So we could build them a lead gen service. Well, we could advertise that to them, but lead gen is like it's too broad. Like if you think about it, um, lead gen is very vague, and they will be like lead gen, like okay, I've heard that a million times. You gotta like productize it basically. So instead of saying, yeah, provide the service, here's my product. So the product for lead gen, let's say it would be, hmm, um, I will, uh, let's say we provide a system that scrapes leads, sorry, that gathers leads. We can't be using uh, jargon. So, that gathers leads, acquires leads is a better, acquires leads, and then, so it acquires leads, reaches out to them, uh, gets them onto a call or consultation, and let's say follows up if they don't respond, and we're gonna say it can do up to 1,000 leads, new leads a day, up to 1K leads a day. No, let's do up to 30 new leads a month. That's a guarantee. So, system like this, that's going to be the system we're selling them. Instead of lead gen, we're selling them system that does all of this. So, how are we going to find these leads? So, you're going to have to go to Appify. I'll have that linked in the description too. I'll have this exact creator, actor linked. So, we're going to want to do, so you get $5 for free on Appify, and this is $1.5 per 1K leads. So, what you're going to want to do, let's say location, we're gonna do United States. United States clients tend to have more money to spend and are less anxious about spending money. Email status, we're gonna validate it. Then company website, we don't need that. Size, we don't need that. Industry, so what we're gonna do, marketing and advertising. See if that has PPC. No, we can just marketing and advertising. We can do keywords. So let's do PPC, PPC, pay per click. Actually, you got to do one at a time. So we're going to do PPC. We're going to add a new one. PPC lowercase. Pay per click. Okay. And let's do Google Ads. So Google Ads. Okay. Revenue from 100K to 1 million a year. We can do that. Funding, we don't need that. And then run options. We do maximum cost per run. We can do no limit because we already capped how many it can do. And then we're going to just do save and start. And this is how we're going to get the emails for PPC leads. Okay. Share all. Okay. So now it's getting the data. And here we go. There's one email, another email, another email, another email, and we get their LinkedIn's, the website. Okay, so we have a bunch of pages here. 200. Okay. So now we have all these leads. So what we're gonna do with those leads is we're gonna download this table, export it here as a CSV, download. Now this is the free trial version for this actor, so you can only get up to 100 people, but if you pay for it, it will be 1K people. But I'm showing you guys completely free how to do it as promised. So we're gonna go Google Sheets once you download that. All right, now we're gonna go to Google Sheets and we're gonna import this file. So we're gonna do blank spreadsheet. Now once we do that, we're gonna go to File, and then we're gonna do Import. So we can see here, Import, and then we're just gonna drag and drop that file. So I'm going to upload this. Bam. Import data. Now we have this table, which we can connect to any now. So here is all the confirmed leads that it exported. Okay, so now that it's imported, we have around 101 emails, as you can see here. So I'm going to show you guys how to build an email system. So for every, uh, we did like 100 leads, we got 100 emails. So let's say we have a 6% response rate. That would be like normal for the first email campaign. Then we could target it more and more and make it better. As you can see here, we have the founders and owners. So 6% respond, that's 60. We close 60%. Depends on your skills, but I'd be closing like 60, 70%. 30 clients right there, 2, 3K a pop, maintenance fee. Can make some big money with this. So um, I'm not going to email them now because right now it's 11 p.m. where I'm at. You know, I'm on the grind. But I'll show you how to build the system. You know how it is. So you don't want to email them now because they're sleeping, first of all. And if we email them now, yeah, the logic is, oh, they'll wake up and see the email. No, because they're gonna get a bunch of emails right after ours, right? We want to email them at the right time. So the right time would be in the morning when they're eating. So you know when you're eating, you're checking your phone, right? Like they're checking their emails. They're business owners. Like they're not scrolling TikTok. So they're checking their phone, emails, email, and an email comes in 9 a.m. Bam, check that. They missed that at 9 a.m. We email them at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. follow up, blah, blah, blah. They're eating lunch. Okay, let me check this out. So that's how that goes. You already know. So let's make this any then system. All right, so first we're going to need to make custom icebreakers, right? So an icebreaker is basically, hey, I saw what you're doing there, blah, blah, blah. So let's say the icebreaker. So you can find the icebreakers in the AI Automation Academy in the community, and you can go to YouTube resources and you'll find these icebreakers and these sales templates that I'm about to show you guys. All right, so this is the email we're going to be sending. This is the icebreaker here. So we're going to first generate the icebreaker. All right. So actually develop this, blah, blah, blah. PPC agencies. So the results, let's say automated systems that acquire leads, leads, reach out to them, and then book consultations, and so let's see, and follow, no, and handle all the follow up for PPC. agency specifically. I actually developed the system. The results, let's say I went from manually chasing leads to automatically, no, to having 30 plus qualified prospects on my calendar each month. Now rolling out to a handful of other PPC agencies who are seeing similar wins. And I get it. We've never spoken before, and this probably reads like standard cold outreach. Truth is, your agency caught my attention early on when I started mapping out this niche, and I generally think there's a fit here. Here's what's interesting: uh, lead generation, lead qualification, nurturing, and reactivation are typically blah, blah, blah. Okay. Easy systems to plug in. I'm willing to build out an initial version for you completely free, no strings attached. That's how we get our foot in the door, by saying it's free, and then we charge it once they see the system working. Uh, we got to make that transaction as painless as possible. So think about Stripe. When you take Stripe payments, they take a big chunk of your money, but it's so painless because you never like click buy, right? So if you provide them so much value that if you take away that value, uh, they like throw tantrums and get mad, email you, message you, that payment won't feel like anything. You just gotta make the point of sale as painless as possible, and you can close 70% of your deals. So here's what's typically interesting, blah blah blah. Does that sound worth exploring? I can either show you a quick working example, or we can jump on a call if you prefer. Though fair warning, I'm a bit better over text than phone. So that kind of humanizes it like, hey, I'm blah, blah, blah. Doesn't really matter. If you want to vet me first, smart move. You know, got to stroke their ego. Because they probably thought, like, who is this guy? Bam. We just confirmed that you're a smart guy. No one vets anyone. Check out my YouTube where I break down these exact systems. And then we get the YouTube channel. That's social proof. You might not have it, but I highly recommend if you're running an agency to build a personal brand around it. Appreciate you reading this, Stephen Evans. So let's build the icebreaker. So what we're gonna do is go into the Google Sheet. I'm gonna call this Google Sheet um, leads PPC, and then we're going to add a column at the end here. Um, as we can see, you even get the company phone number. Like you can cold call these guys. Like this scraper is really good. So we're gonna put icebreaker back here, and then we're gonna generate icebreakers for all of these companies. So industry, marketing, advertising, the company name. All right, so that's where NNA comes in. We're gonna do manual trigger, and then we're gonna do Google Sheet, and then we're gonna get rows and sheet. So if I'm in the right one, there, PPC, bam. Okay, so now that we have get rows, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get all the rows, and then I'm just gonna pin this information so we don't have to rerun it again. Then we're gonna put an AI agent. We're gonna do define below. We're gonna do first name because we're DMing CEOs, right? So we need to we need to be on point. All right. Then we're gonna do company name, whatever, brother. Delighted social, and then we're gonna do industry, marketing and advertising. All right. Now we're gonna create a. Let me just add a chat model. Do the Google Gemini chat model. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you know how to set this all up and end it in. Now we're gonna do not tool. We're gonna do required specific output format. We're gonna do output parser, and we're gonna do structured output parser. and then we're going to put, just gonna call this icebreaker. Icebreaker. Bam. Now it's going to output a icebreaker. Let me just put space here. Okay, why are we doing that? Okay, I see why. Bam. I got an icebreaker. And now we're gonna say, I'm gonna give a system prompt. We're gonna do, I love your job is to generate icebreakers for cold email outreach. Then we're gonna say it should, the icebreakers should look like this. All right, so for the icebreaker, you can find that in my school community, AI Automation Academy. Go to YouTube resources and you'll find it. So the AI Automation Academy. Okay, so this is it. I'm just gonna remove this. So first name, level we're doing at, company name, specifically, and then something about their company, something that marketers do, blah blah blah, and then the rest. Okay, now let's generate 100 of these. Execute workflow. Then I'll be back when it generates 100. Okay, 40,000 tokens later, we have the output. I'm just gonna pin this. You can see, Scott, where I love what you're building at Vital Social, specifically your paid social campaigns, your client case studies, blah blah blah. Okay, now let's add that to the Google Sheet. Go to append row and sheet. And then we're gonna do leads. Bam. We have all these we don't need. We're gonna go down to the icebreaker one. Bam. Gonna add these icebreakers. Go into the sheet. So they're gonna be all added down here. You can see. So to move them up, it's gonna go hit them all. And then see down here at this little dot. Gonna drag that up all the way up to here. As you see, now that should respond. We can see Scott. Yeah, Scott. Bam. Okay. Now that we have that, you can go ahead and delete all these. Bam. Now, as you've noticed, I haven't built the product yet, but we're gonna sell them on the dream before we build the product. That's the whole game. Because you're just gonna sit here, build a product, and what if it doesn't work out, you know? You gotta have your risk management on point and your time management on point, of course. So now to email these people, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a new little workflow here. So what we're gonna do is we're going to Google Sheets. We're gonna do get rows. Then we're gonna get all the rows again. And then bam, get those rows, pin them. And then we're going to put a Gmail node. So you're going to connect your Gmail to your account, obviously. So once you do that, we're going to do to email. So you can do personal email, but not, you didn't get all the personal emails. So uh, rather just do one, the business email. And then we're going to do, sorry, yeah. Okay, then we're gonna do the subject is gonna be Scott, and we're gonna do comma Q. That basically means uh just go back here. Basically means Scott question. That's basically what that means. We're gonna do that. Then we're gonna do text, and then we're gonna put the icebreaker, and then under the icebreaker, we're going to do this. So let's see. We have the icebreaker. Gonna do this, and then what we're gonna do is get this, bam, and then we're just gonna fix this up a little. So I'll be straight with you. Actually, bam, bam. Okay. Appreciate you reading this. And we're gonna do that. So here we're gonna jump on a call. Bam. Scott, what you're love what you're doing. Okay, perfect. That's the first thing they're gonna see in their email is gonna be this right here. Then when they open, they'll see the rest. And then since we don't want to get rate limited by Google, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a loop. So we're gonna do loop over items. We're gonna do batch size. We're gonna do 5 emails. So generally it's like 200 emails a day to not get rate limited. So we're gonna do 5 emails every 20 minutes. That's tight, yeah. So that is so that's 15 emails every hour, which is around 300 emails a day. And then we're gonna remove this replace me. Bam. We're gonna do here. Bam. Bam. And we're gonna do wait. Now I'm showing you guys a free way to do this. If you want to pay $100 a month, I'll show you guys how to do that too after this. It's a way better cold outreach way system, but I feel like this is something that would work best for you guys if you don't have that much of a budget for your startup. So we're gonna do minutes. We're gonna do 20. Now every 20 minutes, it's gonna send 5 emails. So it's gonna batch through 5, and you're gonna want to unpin this because then it won't filter out the 5 it already sent. It's gonna go 5, send 5, 20 minutes, send another 5, bam, 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 over and over again. And then you're just gonna check your email for replies. Now a better way to do this, which costs $100 a month, is going to instantly. All right, now that you're instantly, you want to go back to the Google Sheet and have the icebreakers in. They're going to go to File, and then we're going to export that file. We're going to do Download, and then we're going to do CSV. Save that. We're going to go back to instantly. Now that we're in instantly, we're going to go to Campaigns. We're going to add a new campaign. It's called My Campaign. And then we're going to do Add Leads, Upload CSV. Then you upload the CSV we just talked about. And then here, what you want to include is first name. So we're going to turn all these off that we don't want included. Don't want that included. We do not want, okay, we do want their email included. We don't want the personal one. We want the company. LinkedIn, we don't need that. I mean, you don't need to turn it off. Like, you just don't need to use it. And then icebreaker. So this is like keywords, I guess, and their SEO. Then icebreaker, you want to import. So we're gonna call that a custom variable. And then we're just gonna upload it all. Now we have those in there. Now you can do these curly brackets and type in name. I'm pretty sure. Or was it with two? Actually, you can just do variables. Yeah, it was first name. My bad. So you do first name and Q, and then we will type in here, and then we're gonna put the icebreaker variable. Sorry, the icebreaker variable. Do that. Bam, bam, and there we go. Now we have that set up. So now we'll put on in these put these variables in. What happened here? I don't know. Okay, and then here we can add. So there's steps. So this would be a follow up. So we just copy this, and then you can put it whatever you want in your follow up. You can be like, hey, I hope everything was clear in the last email. We can provide you with these solutions. And then we could put in, let's say, this. So that acquires leads, system reach out to them, blah, blah, blah. And make that like that. And that's how you make the follow up system. Now keep in mind, it is free, but there's one thing that it'll give you like free 100 credits. Let me see how much this is. Okay, let me just save everything. So the free version is 100 credits, and then it's like, oh, you can do by credit now. When I used it, it was just 97 a month. Okay, perfect. So yeah, it's pretty cheap. You can use instantly, and we can do preview. We can do load data for lead this guy, and we can see Scott. Scott, I love blah blah blah. And we can send test email, check the, and then that's a premium feature. Check the score. Then you just click resume campaign, and that's how you run it with the follow up. So the follow up would basically be like after a day or two. If there's no response, they'll follow up. And then here you can turn on stop sending emails on reply, accounts to use, and then you would connect your email account. And you can enable tracking emails that are open, so you can see your track rate. And you turn on send email as text only, and you can turn on the daily limit. Do 200, so that would be every 10 days 2,000. Save, and then you would click launch, and you can also schedule when you want to send them. As you can see, from 9 a.m. and then we can do to 2 p.m. So for this one, we're going to want to trigger it at, I'm going to do a schedule, bam, and then we're going to do every day. Let's do it at 2 p.m. That's safest bet. People are awake, eating and everything. Then every day at 2 p.m. this will trigger. Now what we can do is when it's done, we go into the Google Sheet because we don't want it to email again, right? We're going to Google Sheet, and then we're going to delete the sheet. So that's pretty much the game when it's done. So when this triggers again a day after, it won't email them twice because it won't have an email. It'll just error. So you can do that, or you can just use instantly, which is like it's free in the beginning, but then you gotta pay after, or you can just use this free that I literally just built out of my head right now. All right, so that wraps up the video. If this video helped you generate some leads, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to learn more lead generation methods in the future, I'll be adding these to my school community. Right now, it is only 37 a month. When I start adding new courses into the classroom, the price will be getting higher and higher. So if you lock in these pre-sale prices right now, all the courses that I eventually add, which will be how to start an AI agency and then beginner to pro, which is already partially added in the school community, so you can definitely check that out. How to build AI receptionists and sell them to businesses, the Career AI deep dive, and how to build Zapier automations. Definitely something to look into in that school community. I will also be showing you few project builds. You can get project builds that I don't show on my YouTube that you can use in your portfolio. So basically, in my school community, I will teach you how to land your first client within 90 days, guaranteed. Hopefully, I see you in there on the pre-sale right now. If not, you can join my Discord and I'll let you know when it's fully out. See you there.